After a day that was longer than I anticipated in mileage and effort, I paid off with a shorter ride into Helena today. I first fueled up at a quote-unquote drive-through coffee bar and then got on my way. I did get to ride with some people along the way. Well, maybe not people. Actually, at the coffee bar, I did run into a guy doing what's called bike packing, which is a slightly stripped down version of the touring that I'm doing. He was British and coming from the north and doing about 120 miles a day to get to Salt Lake. I don't think I would do it that way, but he seemed to be enjoying it. Much of the day I was following a lake called Canyon Ferry, created when they dammed up some rivers out here. It was a lovely spot, so nice that I decided that this would be one of the places that I would leave some of my father's ashes, which I had brought along with me. I thought he would enjoy this place that he never made to in life. The ride was a gorgeous one, except for a big section of the highway that they had ripped up, and which was not so fun to bike through with cars really close by. But we made it to Helena, an amazing little city, a capital city, of course, filled with arts. Apparently it's been named for many years the best small art city in the country, and it shows. It kind of reminds me of Burlington a little bit, without the lake. Of course, I had to visit the Capitol building, as I have in every other state that I've passed through. And what I learned in South Dakota was definitely true. The South Dakotans copied the Montana Capitol and just enlarged it. Sometimes when I was walking around in this Capitol, I felt deja vu from my time in Pierre.
I'll always be there.
Helena had so much to see and do that I really wished I had another day to spend soaking in the city. But one interesting stop I made was on the Last Chance Gulch at a very interesting shop called Curiouser and Curiouser, whose proprietor reminded me very much of my father.
Stevenson, so I'm Barry First.
Very first.
But I've been known for 47 years as Dr. First until 15 days ago.
Oh.
Because I retired. And I'm a philosophy professor. But I thought 47 years of teaching was enough.
That's a lot, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot. I'm tired.
My father was a college professor. In fact, he kind of looks a lot like you.
Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in, Vermont mostly, but the first years I was born in England because he was at Oxford for a little bit.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Just doing research there. And then we moved to Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And so I spent, to year 12 there, and then after that moved to Vermont.
What kind of professor? Do you know?
Political geography.
Political geography.
Yeah, mostly food and issues and environmental issues.
The ministers that you met yesterday, was it yesterday, did you say?
Oh, yes.
One of them staying across the street from me. There's a beautiful B&B. I live on the Upper West Side Mansion District here. So I met him, talked with him for about 20 minutes.
Huh,
yeah,
cool.
Yes, I know there's something going on in town.
Yes, there's a conference of the
United Methodists.
Yeah, so you're telling me a story about someone bicycling in Syria, was that?
I've driven over 21 trips. I've driven 100,000 miles across North Africa, which is very different from South Africa. The Saharas. North Africa's Mediterranean. Middle East, and throughout Europe. So I've been almost every place the Romans and the Greeks have been. And I wrote a book that has 3,600 pictures with it.
Oh.
Because I hunted down burial boxes from the Roman Empire.
Mm-hmm.
They're called stone sarcophagi. That was my major work,
Mm-hmm.
and that came out sort of 4 years ago.
Wow.
And I think that pushed me maybe toward retirement because the major work, which took so long, all right, it's completed. You feel some, but anyway, I was tired. I'm quite old. I'm 76. That's enough. But I've been doing this for 35 years, making art.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had shows. I mean, gallery shows, and I've had a few museum shows.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought, what should I do with my retirement? So I thought, well, this would be fun. I sit here, I can read. I've got my reading. I write books. I'm supposed to do second editions on 2 of my books. Somebody's going to get angry at me because I'm not getting started on it.
The editor's gonna have to throw a
you
fit.
get pushed.
Yeah.
They call you every other day.
Mm.
Anyway, but I did that, and I thought this was fun. And I'm trying to learn to sail.
Oh wow.
I got a sailboat that I bought 5 or 6 years ago,
Uh-huh.
and I have no idea how to sail. And finally, there's enough water out on the lake, so I put the boat in on Saturday. It's 21-foot Balboa. Yeah.
Of course, the city was interesting, but the best part, as it is usually, was the people that I stayed with, Dawn and Scott. These are views from their home on the outskirts of town on 10 acres of land. I want to offer sincere thanks for their kind generosity, for letting me stay in their home and treating me as if I was a member of the family. They even let me use their car to check out more of downtown Helena than I would have been able to see on my tired legs. Special people in a special place.
The sun's always in the same place.